I fell in love with green stationery, so let's make something. Hey guys, this is RyeMi, and today I am going to work on my April journal. And yes, this is the stationery I am going to try and use today. My March journal theme was green, and yes, April is going to be green again, but I hope I will make something slightly different. Even if that is not the case, I probably wouldn't care because I am really into green stationery right now, and that was never the case. I never really enjoyed green stationery, or maybe I never had green stationery that I would enjoy. But recently I got quite a few different beautiful washi tapes that are mostly green, and I just can't wait to use them all. So we will do that today. And I don't really have a plan. I just have an idea, and I'm going to try and see if it will work out. First, I'm going to put this green tape on one side, and I'm doing my best for the design to be aligned, but it's no big deal if it is not. I'd say 2 rows of this tape is enough, and I am not sure if I will use this one right here or if I will do kind of a lighter transition between these two, but this looks kind of nice. Okay, and we are already kind of taking away quite a lot from the page, so I guess just these two should be enough. You probably can't really see that in the video, but there is this very slight shimmer on this PET tape, and I absolutely love that. I'm trying to show you, but I am not sure you can see that. Anyway, I'm going to put this tape just on the edge of this darker one. And I want to do the same on this side, but I was thinking I could maybe do some kind of like waterfall tape, and I will have only this tape on this page and this dark green on this one. So let's put this green tape on first. Okay, and now I should know where to cut this page. Okay, perfect. I love how this tape is mostly white and green, but these yellow flowers, they add something special to this. And it makes this page look so fresh and spring-like. I could have put it slightly more to the side, and I will cut around this edge. Yeah, it is probably obvious that this is not really thought through. There was an idea and I wanted to try that, so why not just go for it and see what happens. Okay, I like that so much better. Even when we are kind of missing a bit of this green tape behind this, but I think that's totally fine. So let's cut this off and this. For the title, I have a bigger and smaller version prepared because I was not sure which one would work best. But maybe if we put this across these washi tapes, the bigger one might work better. I will leave it there, and I want to add something from this washi tape in here. These are all so lovely. I will go either with this green and purple, or maybe with this one. Oh, I can't decide. I was so sure I'm going to pick this one, but seeing this purple in here, okay, let's pick purple. And I think I have this in my reusable sticker album, so I'm going to use one from here. Since I have the designs there, I'd rather use those, and after I will use a few more of these, I will then replenish this album. Let's do the purple one. Yeah, this is already not going the way I thought it would. That happens quite often with my planning, so that's totally fine. Okay, and I'm not sure if I should put her in the middle or like this. I can always move her somewhere else. Okay, this washi tape seems to be not really sticking, so let's add a bit of glue there. What about the title? I think I like it the best there where I first put it, so this is what I will do. But what about the rest of this page? I don't really have an idea about what more to put there. Maybe we could use some of these washi tape as well. I have these very old stickers. I would love to use at least few of those because yeah, they are just sitting in my sticker album and maybe they would work nicely. I'm not sure, this might be too dark, but I want to see if it will work. Okay, maybe let's try this teacup as well here, or maybe on this dark green. Yeah, you can see these are quite old because they don't want to stick on the paper anymore, but I can always use glue if needed. Oh, I forgot I wanted to use maybe a piece of page under this green tape. Let's try and add some in there. Okay, that was easier than expected, which I am happy about. So a small section in here as well. Okay, perfect. And the last section. It is fiddly, but nothing terrible. Maybe we could add another girl in there or something. I have prepared either this one with dark green and yellow, or this one. She is more muted. There is also this one. I like her the most, so let's see if that was a good idea. I like her the best here. So let's move this cup, even when this looks kind of like she has a head. And it does not look the worst. And I can have the cup here. Let's see if I have some maybe flowers that could be used in here. Oh, there is this moth sticker that might look nice somewhere on the page. Now let's see if I can add maybe... Oh, well, this was not the best decision, but that's fine. Let's see if I can maybe put these birds somewhere. And the... I don't like how they look across two pages. Oh, yeah, this... I don't think this is my day for working on my journal, but you know what, that's totally fine. And you know what, maybe this page does not need more. I am just used to filling up all my pages completely, and yeah, maybe today is not the day I will do that. Well, I will certainly try for a bit longer and then we'll see. Okay, let's see how this butterfly works here, and a bigger one down there. There are some flowers I could maybe use. Let's maybe try that, and I'm going to put this one under this picture, just like that. And there is this white one, so... And let's use one more yellow, again maybe under the picture. I don't really like that. Maybe let's try it there. Nope, I'll have it in there for now. I'm going to add these little bees in here. They're just adorable. And maybe this white flower somewhere here. And I'm going to try a purple flower this time, but I will need to move this moth up here. I want to try and see how this purple flower would look in there. Okay, that's maybe even better than this one. This is absolutely I bet, thrilling footage of me trying stuff everywhere, but you know, this is how it sometimes goes. And I have no idea what I'm doing. Nothing really works. And I just need to try and put stuff down on the page and see how it looks. And eventually it will become something. Let's try these bunnies because how adorable are these? So maybe one there. Oh, that's adorable. And one there. Or maybe here. I have more of these, so I can always add more yellow butterflies. And I want to see how these purple flowers would look. Maybe up there. Yeah, so let me take this butterfly and let's try this. Just so there is a bit more purple on this side as well. I will leave that there for now. I'm going to remove this sticker and try this spot. It works so much better with the theme and everything. Okay, I just had a call, which means I had to walk away from this page, and that was a good thing. I don't think there is nothing too much that we need to add in here. And one thing I have realized, okay, I should finally glue this on the page. One thing I have realized is that everything I put on this page is small. Every sticker is small, even these bunnies, and it does feel like everything is just all over the place. So I thought maybe I could add a big flower, maybe even behind this picture. That might make it look better. I found these two. I swear I had more, but I can't really find anything else. Next time when I will be buying some green flowers, I will have to get so much more because I feel like I have used up everything I had already. So I was thinking, oh, maybe even this dark looks nice, or even this, and I would put that behind this picture, or maybe even on top of that, just like it is now, so we don't have this big rectangle in there. I will cut off this section just so it looks better. Yeah, I am feeling already so much better about this page. And okay, let's move this bunny for a little while. And I feel like I want to have this sticking out, but I will place the backing on this side and I will cut off the rest. Hopefully that will work. I have no idea. I will put the washi tape again on this side, so hopefully it will make it hold better. We'll see. Let's put the bunny back. Oh, that's so cute. I am calling this done because it can get very easily overworked if it is not already. Okay, maybe one more bunny there. So let me find that washi tape because there are no more bunnies in my reusable sticker album. Okay, there it is. Oh yes. So let's try this one. There. Oh, that's so lovely. Okay, now let's work on the calendar page. And I want to put that white-green washi tape in here as well. Only on this side, because otherwise the calendar would have to be extremely small. And I don't want that. And let's try and align this with the edge I have already cut out. I did not really think this through, so this girl is kind of peeking from the other page, but I am totally okay with that. I have this very dark green Stabilo pen, so I'm going to use that for the calendar, just to make it not black. I often forget I do have quite a few of colorful pens or markers and I rarely use them, so I hope to use them more often in the future. Okay, look at that. Oh man, that is so bad. I have to cover it up with something. But let's use piece of paper I cut out from this page. That did not happen in a long while, guys. But that's fine. It will maybe make working or writing in this section a bit awkward, but that's fine. Okay, now take number 2. Hopefully I will not butcher this time. And I'm thinking whether I should go and make these lines darker or thicker. Because yeah, this seems kind of underwhelming for now, but these darker lines, I like them much more. So I will probably do that. And I'm just going to go a few times over these new lines while I am making them, so I won't have to go back and redo them later. I love this journal so much. This is the Reverie journal by Mellow Days. These journals have watercolor paper, which means that I often have some problem with pens working on this paper because it is slightly grainy. It has a texture as watercolor paper usually has. It just makes a little bit harder to work on these calendars and on lines in general. But yeah, it eventually ends up looking okay. I just have to redo lines a couple more times and then it's fine. I am happy with that. Now let's do this side. Okay, maybe I could have moved this section one box to the left because this is already getting quite awkward to write in, but I think it will be okay. Now I'm going to add the same title, and I think here is just fine. And I'm thinking about using these green flowers there, but not really too much to the side, just so it is not peeking through when I close this page. And then I'm going to add the calendar numbers, and after I do that, we will see if there needs to be something more put on this page or if it is enough. I don't want to have anything in the calendar, so I'm going to cut these sections off. Now for the letter stickers, I honestly have no idea if I have dark green. Oh yeah, I have. I will probably use this. I think it works nicely with both of the tapes. Or maybe I could use yellow. Will that be weird? Maybe not. Maybe let's do yellow, and I'm going to use one of these already used sheets. I don't have that many opportunities to use yellow number stickers in my calendars, so this is a perfect time to do that. Okay, this is already going in absolutely different direction than what I thought it would, but I'm not mad at this. I think it is turning out okay. Okay, for a while there I thought I made too many boxes in the calendar, but I will be okay. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, it is a bit more lively, but I would like a bit more green in there now. So maybe, okay, for one thing that is happening every Sunday, I'm going to do this YouTube sign with the green pen, the same one I used for the calendar. In here I write the title of the video I post that day. So yeah, that can be in green, and maybe I will write down events in green as well. I will keep this pen on the side. I think I will just add a bit of this brown grit tape just to have something on the page, but it would not bring too much noise to this page. I will put that behind the title if I can manage that. Okay, and I'm going to call this done, even when maybe this white space is driving me a bit crazy. But whatever I put in there, I think it will be just too much. So let's flip to the next page, and you know what? I could cut section of this page as well. So we will have a proper waterfall, not just one page. I will move this there, and I'm going to cut this page. And I'm going to add this tape again. Okay, it is not completely aligned, but I don't really mind that. And green in here as well. This time I made it align so much better. And maybe let's use this tape. This is one of my favorites. So beautiful. I have used that in my March journal as well, but I don't mind that at all because it's so lovely. So let's use it on both sides. I will have a few sections on these pages, so first I need to cut out all the headers I have made for those. I intended these to be a bit darker. I don't know why my printer decided to print them that pale, but I'd say it kind of works, so I am not going to redo this. And yeah, the problem might be in the printer or maybe in the ink I put in there, so there is probably nothing much I can do with that. Let's do the last one. I'm going to put books and memories on this side. Okay, I think we don't maybe even need decoration. Look how amazing this is. And that is something I am not saying often, guys. Maybe just one sticker down there and that should be fine. I will add a tiny bit of this grit tape just under these titles, and that's it. So the book section is there for me to write down books I am reading during the month, and maybe if there is something I want to note down as well. And memories, I feel like, is self-explanatory, so I will have a small section for that down here. And let's do this month header as well. In here I write down everything that needs to happen during the month, but I do not have exact date for that yet. I just write it down so I won't forget. And I want to use some of these. These I like cafe fronts, and maybe even this one would work nicely. There is this very bright green one. And you know what, let's put that on the page because it is my favorite cafe design there is in this washi tape. So let's use that. And everything I'm using today is, as always, in the description. If you are seeing something you like and maybe you would like to have. So everything is in there. Okay, let's make it straight. Oh, that's adorable. So I will use this coffee in here and this bunch of letters in here. Let's add this bunny as well because he's adorable. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, so that's it for this spread, and there is one more spread I want to set up, and that is my meal tracker. I have the title in here, and I can't really have that much decoration on the side for this spread because I will need as much space as possible. So I will decorate mostly this corner, and maybe I will put some decoration in there. We will see how the page will look after I put the tables in there. Let's try and add a bit of this book page. I think that will look lovely. Meals in there, maybe a bit of this tape. Okay, I like that. Let's just put the header there. And now I need to divide the page into two sections. So like this and this page as well. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did in here. I have 4 columns, one for each week, even though April, the days of the week kind of fall weirdly for this type of tracker, but that's fine. I guess I still have to put 2 remaining March days on this page. I just like to write stuff down and plan stuff in weeks, even when we don't fit the full month in here. I think it will be fine for me. Okay, maybe I can make this kind of staggered, so they are not all in one line. That might look lovely. So if I put some decoration in there, let's try that. Maybe even bunny or something, or this. Oh yeah, this one. This is perfect. So let's have this bunny right here. Oh yeah, that's so adorable. That means I will start the table here. I could do the other one there. Did I measure this correctly? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11. Okay, so let's make this one a bit wider, and that should be just enough. Now I will do next one in here and the last one here. That way I can put some of these buildings down here or some kind of bigger decoration. I need 21 lines for each week. So let's see, that's 11.5 centimeters, right? I hope so. The tables will go roughly up here and we have some space for decoration. Let's do this dark brown. Oh, I just ripped it. So let's have that here. And I kind of feel like having a bit more of this book page could look nice. Okay, it won't be visible that much, but it will bring a bit more color to this page. And yes, I just cut that off totally stupidly, but yeah, that happens to me more often than I would like to admit. One more, let's do... I keep looking at this one and never picking it up, so let's try. Okay, maybe I could put that kind of behind this green section of the first sticker, and that way they would both fit nicely and it will make them a bit more seamless, hopefully. Yeah, okay, that worked out nicely. I'm going to have this kind of menu board in here. It maybe looks kind of strange in there. If I put the same grid washi tape in there, it might look nice. So let's see. I will put that across the whole page. Okay, I like that so much better. Let's see another bunny here. Okay, no, that won't fit in there. Oh, that's so sad. I wanted to have a bunny in there. Let's maybe put him like this. I'm thinking whether I should put something in there, but maybe not. I could lower slightly this last column, maybe one box, so it is not that awkwardly up in there. I would like that. So let's work on these tables now. So how am I doing those? Oh, so I have Monday, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Tuesday, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Wednesday, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and so on and so on. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, did I measure this totally wrong? I guess I did, but that's fine. I can put some weekly statistic in there or something. I was thinking I might want to do that, but then I forgot when I was counting all the boxes, so I guess that turned out for the better. Okay, that's done. It does not look that amazing yet, but I will go and do second line highlights in there. It makes the page look so much better instantly. I'd say this marker should be perfect. So let's do... Okay, that went on pretty crookedly. As always, that's nothing new on this channel. I feel like all my second line highlights are extremely wonky, but you know what, that's fine. As long as the page works, that's all that matters. And I like adding those second line highlights, not only because it makes the page look a bit more finished, but also it makes the usage of the page so much easier. Because when you have just a bunch of lines or dots, you don't always know where to write stuff down, and I often get cross-eyed. So having second line highlights is perfect. because that way you are just focusing on that one line. And now I am thinking whether I want to do some kind of like box, some kind of outline for this. That might look nice, but also it might be too much. I don't know. So I am not going to do that, but I will add green dots for all of these days. That looks so nice. And maybe a line like this. Okay, perfect. I like that so much better. And now, because I have some space in there, even though, yeah, I don't know how I did measure this, but yeah, it's totally awkward. But maybe I could have average step count in here for every week. Because when I have to write down my average steps somewhere, I suddenly find myself walking more. That's a bit of tactic I have on myself to walk more. Average steps, okay. And I will do that green. I have to say it is done. I'm still thinking about those outlines of these tables. I am so not sure yet, but I am not going to touch this page anymore, and probably not even this journal for at least 1 or 2 days. So then I can come back to it with fresh eyes and see if there needs to be something changed or reworked or something. Anyway, let's flip to the beginning of April and see what I have created. This is so much more punchy than I remember, and I have worked on that like an hour ago. This blue and pink in there, it definitely helped with this being a bit more bold. And who knows, if I have chosen that other picture I had in mind, this might have looked completely different, but you know what, I am not bad at this. It is different than my usual style, but I think I'll still enjoy looking at this page during April. Now the calendar, it is much more simpler and lovely. I just love this tape so much. Okay, and the next page is again very simple. This is so not like me. This takes all the attention, as it deserves to do. And the last page, a bit more decoration. There will be lots and lots and lots of writing, so this page will be definitely quite bold by the end of the month. And yeah, that is for my April journal. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a lovely time watching me struggle creating this page. Have absolutely a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.